Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back to Barnard Dowling Stadium for tonight's varsity lacrosse matchup versus the Caravan of Mount Carmel and the Mustangs of St. Rita. My name is Rocco Lopez alongside TJ Kolke, who's first time in the booth. TJ, how are you?
I'm doing good, Rocco. I got the call last night. They needed someone, and I was happy to step in.
Yeah, always. Fans, today is a great day. A new coaching matchup, Coach Kelly and the Coach Kelly, first-year coach, St. Rita's coach, first year. Mount Carmel has never beat St. Rita in lacrosse, and today is the day that they believe that can change. We're going to take you down to our pregame show. Welcome back. Game day today. The 1-2 Mustangs versus the 5-1 Caravan. The Caravan started off hot. Lost yesterday. Lost yesterday to OPRF. Ryland went down in that game. He's not going to be playing today, but that's okay. Some guys are going to step up. Some guys are going to fill in that role. The Caravan are off to a hot start, 5-1 record, averaging 7.8 goals per game. Beat number 20 Bennett 8-5. Beat ICCP 13-2. St. Francis 8-4, and then last Tuesday, big game against Maine South, won that game 9-7. We were up 9-5 with a minute left, and then kind of took the foot off the gas, which is what we cannot do this game. The foot has to stay on the gas the entire game. The Rosner file, built on Dante. David Rosner, our sophomore faceoff. He's the starting faceoff, and I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the games, but whenever he wins that faceoff, you see him at the 25-yard line. He's going to take that pull-down shot.
He's a guy that Xander was talking about looking to step up big today. They're going to need him, especially with Ryland out. So look for him to make a big impact today to help lead the Caravan.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are going to need to make a very, very big jump in this game without our star scorer, without our star player. Some keys to the game. We need to start off hot. We got to score at least 4 goals in the first quarter. Win these face-offs. Don't stop the pressure, and keep the rivalry in mind. TJ, I know you've been present for some of these rivalry games, the football games. It's always a great rivalry when Mount Carmel plays St. Rita, the blue and red versus the brown and white. So what are we looking forward to? Are you looking forward to this?
I'm looking forward to it big time. I'm a hockey player, and we had a devastating loss to them in the Blackhawks rivalry series. So we're looking to make a little bit of a revenge game today.
Yeah, some of these hockey guys that are out there starting today, start playing. Zach Tangleson, he's going to start out there tonight. Maybe he can go on it. Some sirens outside. Some action. St. Rita has dominated this. They've dominated us since our programs were created. I mean, you can see on your screen, St. Rita has won every single one of these matchups since we've played. The only year that we kept it kind of close is 2015. They lost in overtime that game. So other sports have picked up the dominance against St. Rita.
Yeah, as you can see, the Caravan have triumphed in a lot of other areas outside of lacrosse, including football, where they beat them twice this year, once in the playoffs, which was a really big win. They destroyed them in basketball. That game wasn't even close, along with soccer and volleyball. Mm-hmm. So they're picking up the slack in a lot of areas where lacrosse has lacked recently.
Yeah. Obviously that's a big rivalry in the CCL. That's a big CCL Blue rivalry. All of this, especially to go out like that and win football 20-0 and put you at the top of your conference. But let's look at the CCL Blue for lacrosse. Today is the first game of the Chicago Catholic League Blue. Number 5 ranked Loyola is currently 2-3. They were in a tournament in California. They lost every game out there. Don't really like to see that. Number 10 St. Ignatius is 6-2. They beat DePaul by a lot. They beat DePaul 17-3, so that's a big win. They're beating Marist currently, so I think that St. Ignatius is going to end up winning that game. Mount Carmel, 25th ranked. We're 5-1. Lost to OPRF by, I think, 2 goals. So it's not the best loss. It's not a bad loss also. And then St. Rita's 1-2. They got blown out by DePaul. And then Marmion is 1-4. They blew out St. Pat's.
The starters for today, starting off with Tommy Sheehan, number 3, Zach Tangleson, number 11. Ryland is out.
Yeah, Ryland is out. Landon is going to fill Ryland's role this game.
David Rosner, look out for him today at number 6. Jay Cozy, number 15. He's a big, strong guy they're looking to generate some momentum with. Landon Slowecki, he's a sophomore, but he's making big impacts right now, number 24. Xander Gorman, number 27. He's moving up to offense today. He's using a short stick, so he is going to try to make a difference there.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. Peter Cruz, number 7, another big football guy, big body, looking to just generate big momentum on the defensive end. He's going to need to step up, make a big difference, along with Garrett Mann, another big football guy. I don't know. I was talking with him in class, and he was really looking forward to this game.
Yeah, and, everyone on the defensive side of the ball plays football. I would be scared to go against them.
Oh, yeah, no, they're definitely a scary group of guys. Really fun to watch. They bring some of that grit, some of that old-school mentality.
Mm-hmm. Xander's just a big body. Pete loves hitting. Garrett told me last year that he plays lacrosse because he likes to hit people.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much all he does. And then Wyatt Hubbard in that.
Yeah. Coming off that torn meniscus and, looking to see what he can do this game. He told me he didn't have the best game against OPRF, but he's looking to bounce back this game.
Yeah, this is the game.
This is the game.
Show out.
Yeah. As always, presented by your Caravan Broadcast Network, moderated by Miss Menke and Mr. DiFilippo. Myself and TJ Kolke announcing, Leonard Siegel producing, John Aiken producing, and Aiden Evans on the camera. Fans, we got about 3 minutes until this game's going to start. We will see you in 3 minutes.
Dowling Stadium. Please rise, remove your headwear, and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Lineups. For the St. Rita Mustangs, number 3, Danny Harper. Number 4, Colin Cooney. Number 6, Ben Maloney. Number 7, Billy Bolger. Number 15, Jake Golick. Number 17, Ryan Lohr. Number 24, John Bolger. Number 30, Keith McNamara. Number 32, Nick Quaid. And number 88, Mattis Pavoris. And now the starting lineup for your Mount Carmel Caravan. Number 2, at midfield, Sean McHugh. Number 3, at attack, Thomas Sheehan. Number 5, at defense, Garrett Mann. Number 6, at midfield, David Rosner. Number 7, at defense, Pete Cruz. Number 9, at goalie, Wyatt Hubbard. Number 11, at attack, Zach Tangelson. Number 15, at midfield, Jake Cozy. Number 16, at defense, Ryan Melnecki. And number 24, at attack, Landon Slowecki.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back to Barta Dowling Stadium. You know, after that, Ryan Melnicki's going to get the start tonight, his first varsity start. I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yeah,
TJ, your first game up here. Roz is going to win the faceoff. He's going to lose it to McHugh on the recovery. Gives it to Cozy. Cozy's moving up fast. Cozy loses it. Push in the back. It's going to be Caravan ball at the 30-yard line. Already off to some action right here. I'm just excited to see what the Caravan can do. TJ, what about you?
Yeah, no, you often see Jake Cozy try to make that push upfield. He loves to run it. He loves to have his head downhill and just try to generate that momentum.
That's Slowecki at X, his first started attack for the Caravan. Slowecki gives up to Gorman. Gorman's in at midfield. Gorman makes a move. He's got a shot. Xander Gorman off the post. Wow, that would have got me going.
Xander Gorman, before the game, I was talking to him, and he was really looking forward to playing attack upfield. He really likes to generate offense, and he is just a high-energy guy that the Caravan are going to need today.
Yeah. St. Rita's moving up fast. That's Billy Bolger with the ball for the Mustangs. St. Rita calls out yellow. They want them to slow down. That's Richie Glunke. New man on for the Mustangs. That's number 6, Ben Maloney. Mustangs just kind of moving around slowly here. Melnicki not playing too aggressive. Gorman on defense with the short stick. That's kind of weird to see. You know, TJ Xander's a guy that you usually don't see with a short stick. You know, committed to Bellarmine for LaCrosse. Takes a massive whack at Ben Maloney on the Mustangs. You know, especially against him, that's got to be scary to see.
Oh, yeah.
Very. Mustangs with a shot that was not the strongest shot. That wasn't the best shot option either. Making some final adjustments here. Melnicki gives it up, keeps it in. Tangleson and Melnicki fighting for it. Ball's going to be out on the Caravan. They're going to say it's Mustangs ball. Taking it in for the Mustangs. That's going to be number 4, Colin Cooney, a junior. Tangleson pressing up on him as well as Sheehan. Cooney's moving up at the 30. Gets a touch in the box. And now they're just going to kind of slow their offense down. I'm excited to see Rita's style of play with this new coach. You know, that DePaul loss didn't look like it was the best game played by St. Rita. But I'm excited to see what they can do this game, especially not without when we don't have Ryland.
Yeah, Rita's definitely a persistent team. They don't go away.
Oh! Fast start for St. Rita. I didn't even see that go in.
Yeah, it was a bad angle.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Nope. No idea. Yeah, I think that was number 4, Colin Cooney, a junior. So, there's that.
Yeah, no, that just looked like a lack of focus right there from Wyatt.
That is not what I was expecting to start this game off.
It's a rare sighting from him.
Uh-huh. You know, need Wyatt strong in this game.
You do.
Really do. Dagler's going to take the face-off for the Caravan. Rouser's going to be out at attack. Dagler clamps it. McHugh knocks it out, but St. Rita on the recovery. Calls a release. Sheehan releases. Mustangs moving it around. Misses the pass. Rosner gets it. Ball tipped off St. Rita last. Should be Caravan ball. Rosner's going to take it at the Caravan. Gives it up to Tangleson. And, you know, TJ, Tangleson's a very, very fast runner. He's also a fast skater, but, you know, running, that speed is just crazy. You can't beat him.
Yeah, he likes to control the puck behind the net, too. I know in lacrosse it's the X, but he does something similar in hockey where he kind of commands behind there.
Yeah.
Resets everything, and he does a really good job of it.
Cunningham making some moves. Gives it low to Sheehan. Sheehan at the end in Caravan. Sheehan's got Rosner. Cunningham is a cutter. Tangleson wide open at the 20. Tangleson's got Ciosi. Ciosi makes some room. Tangleson over to Ciosi. Ciosi going and takes a shot. Goal! Vinny Ciosi! Back-to-back games! His first 2 on varsity. That's the way to get it started. You know, you get the first, you know, St. Rita gets the first, Carmel comes back. That's what we like to see this game, and that's what we need this entire game. We need that momentum. You know, St. Rita can't get any more goals. We need to just keep this up.
Yeah, no, Ciosi showed a lot of patience right there. He saw the angle and he took it as soon as he saw it. He was waiting for it to open up, saw it, and that's exactly what he wanted to do right there.
Then he's getting hot. That's his second goal. That's his second goal of the season. Had one against DePaul, too.
He's made vast improvements from last year to this year.
Dagler loses it. Cozy and McHugh sandwich. St. Rita sends some subs. That's Colin Cooney. You know, he has their only goal, so I want to see what Coach Kelly's plan for him is going to be. Mustangs moving it low. That's Quaid at X. Cruz on Quaid. You know, Nick Quaid is a very, he's not the tallest, but he is very, very fast. So that's something that's going to be interesting to see this game.
Yeah, it looks so small next to the giant of Peter Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, when you're that size, I'd be kind of scared to play.
Yeah, no, if I was against Peter Cruz.
Oh, yeah, especially.
Yeah, no.
Or even Xander. I would hate that.
Even Garrett, honestly.
Any of our defense, to be honest. Our entire defensive staff, besides Alex Urban and Bruno Colomb, have all played football. So, you know, they got that football mentality that they're going to lower the head, and I'm gonna lower my head, and I'm going to run through you. And, you know, that's kind of what you love to see.
Yeah, no. The Mount Carmel definitely teaches a very physical style of play.
Oh, yeah. Good save, Hubbard. Cruz is fast. Let's see what he can do with the ball. He loses it. Mustangs on the recovery. St. Rita's calling out some plays. 7 minutes remain in the first. Very slow style of offense here. St. Rita just kind of moves the ball around. Yeah, sent that pass a little too early. That's Mann on the recovery. Mann's got some speed. Gives it back to Cruz. Cruz has Melnicki wide open. He won't take it. Gives it up to Garrett.
It's a good play from Garrett right there. Knowing he wasn't going to beat two Rita guys, so he just decides to peel back, create space, and set something up.
Clark has some speed, almost loses his footing. You know, the Caravan style offense, they want to get the ball to X. They want to get the ball down below the net.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time down there, and it just helps create off-ball movement, hoping to create some chaos and get a guy open.
Fans, I have an update. Not St. Rita. St. Ignatius beat Marist 17-6. So, loose ball push. Tanglerson's down. Ciosi again, almost with a goal. Another goal, Vinny Ciosi. That would have got me excited. That's Sheehan. Shinadex flag down on St. Rita. Caravan are just going to kind of try to play this slowly. He's going to eat those checks. Gorman at the 30, steps out of the box. Gorman goes in. He's got Ciosi wide open. Shot from Xander. Gorman won't go. David Rouser on the chase. Caravan are going to be man up for, I think, a minute 30.
Yeah, I was noticing a lot of movement from Xander Gorman there. With the ball at X, you saw him crashing too close to the crease, trying to get just a ball from behind the net to try to get a quick little goal right there.
Flag's going to be down on number 27 for the Mustangs, Richie Glenke. His first of the game. Caravan going to be man up. Let's see what Coach Kelly wants to execute on offense. You know, without Ryland, Ryland kind of runs all these plays, especially on man up. You know, everything runs through him. This game, everything's going to run through David Rotlinger, the sophomore.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of chemistry still there, though, during practices. I think Carmel just has a great group of guys playing together. They all like being with each other.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Kelly. They've been working out since September. So just doing those team lifts and that team bonding exercises. Gorman would have had a wide open shot from the 20 if he had caught that.
He's a little eager there.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Gives it over to Cozy. Clark with the shot. Wanted his first. He won't get it. Good save by St. Rita.
Clark's been struggling a little bit early in the season. So
especially on that, coming back from that surgery on that new knee. Good play, Vinny Ciosi. Back to Clark.
Good catch.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Clark's got some time. He's got a wide open Gorman and a wide open Cozy on the left. Gives it up to that Slecki. Slecki back to Gorman. You know, St. Rita's man down. They're going to come back, though. St. Rita's penalty is going to end in 15 seconds. Caravan got 15 seconds to make something happen on man up. I lied. It was a minute penalty. Xander's got someone behind him. He doesn't even know it. Bad pass by the Caravan. That's just bad communication. St. Rita ball.
I think they're a little too excited right now. You see a little bit of sloppy play from the Caravan early on. They're going to need to clean that up.
Yeah. Don't really like to see this early. You know, usually we want to have those 4 goals by the end of the first quarter and just keep that momentum going. Oh, Vinny Ciosi on the recovery. Ciosi almost had another one. St. Rita passed the ball right to Vinny Ciosi. Good hockey play by Clark. Selecki's got it. He drops it. St. Rita on the recovery. Sean McHugh chasing him hard. Sean McHugh is fast. TJ, I don't know if you noticed that. Sean McHugh is a very, very fast runner, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I have Mandarin with him, and I would never expect him to be this. He's a quiet kid, so he's just wasn't expecting him to be a big lacrosse star.
You know, he's got those lacrosse genes, though. Both of his brothers played. His brothers played Division III lacrosse. Billy played Division I, then transferred to Division III. Timmy they both started Illinois Wesleyan. His dad was also a very good lacrosse player. So, you know, he's got those genes. McHugh on defense. St. Rita's just kind of holding still. They're waiting for the Caravan to bite. They don't want to make the first move. They want Mount Carmel to go up, and they want Mount Carmel to miss their dodge, and they're just going to take the ball in.
Yeah, it's going to be big for the football guys to just stay patient. They're they like to just move and just constantly use energy, but
Yeah.
they're going to need to know they cannot be out of position because St. Rita will capitalize as soon as they see that.
Yeah, and we really don't want to, students of Mount Carmel, we don't want them to capitalize.
No, we do not.
We want to break this losing streak.
Yeah.
Stay hot. Next game against Ignatius, that's gonna be a rough one. No flag on Cozy. He gets away with that penalty. Cruz moving up fast. St. Rita tries to push him out. Cruz keeps it in. No, they're going to say he stepped out. Oh, no. He just walked right in the way of Peter Cruz. That's not a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, that's his fault, honestly. Cruz was walking, he was running, and you don't want to step in the way of a train.
I mean, yeah, he literally just stepped right in the way. Gorman's going to get his deep pull back.
I could see that happening a lot. Gorman
Yeah.
transitioning from attack to.
For sure, especially on those man-down situations where you're not really on offense as much.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, that's like a huge loss on the defensive side that people do not realize. We still have a very strong, solid defense, but he is kind of that quarterback. He is the captain of that defense.
Yeah. Cruz is going to go down for a minute for that. St. Rita's going to call a timeout. Okay, and we're going to get back on our feet here. I have no clue what just happened. 2:49 left. St. Rita's going to take a minute timeout, and we're going to see you in 2 minutes. Back after that 2-minute timeout. Refs are still discussing what's happening. Cruz is going to be assessed. I think they're giving Peter Cruz a technical foul. Can you do that in lacrosse? Okay. I can't really read lips from up here, but I think St. Rita's coaches are as confused as we are about this, TJ.
Yeah, no, I'm completely lost right now. I barely know what's a penalty in lacrosse and what isn't. So.
Barely know the lacrosse rules, and now we're dealing with this.
Yeah.
But it happens. How long we're going to be in the box for, I don't know. 2:49. I'm going to assume it's a minute 30 or a minute. Could be either, to be honest. Mustangs are going to start with the ball at the 40. Yeah, Coach Kelly was not too happy about that penalty. I wouldn't be happy about that penalty either, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm still
Hidden ball
confused.
trick from St. Rita. Doesn't fool the Caravan. Or maybe it did. Kind of fooled me. St. Rita's going to go up 2-1. Cruz is going to release. That's just some all-around
He's
miscommunication.
limping right now. He looks like he's in a bit of pain. I saw him in the penalty box. He was getting some care there real quick, but he does not look 100% right now.
No. All right, that was a quick penalty. Didn't kill it. Goal let in. You don't really like to see that. But Dagler's going to be on the faceoff. They're going to put Rosner at attack. So I think that's what we're going to see this game. I think Dagler's going to take all the faceoffs. He's going to win it. Ref stumbles. No possession yet.
Still on the ground here.
Caravan get possession. That's Cozy. Everyone's going to release. McHugh comes off. Gorman comes on with the shorty. Screen by Vinny. Rita runs right through it. Cozy at X. And, there's Mount Carmel. Taking the ball to X. Illegal procedure on Cozy. So, it's going to be Mustangs ball. And goalie is not in the net for St. Rita. That could have went very, very bad for Rita. Cozy just runs right into the screen. I think he wanted to run him over.
Yeah, no, I think that might have been a bit intentional running into him.
McHugh on defense, gets his stick in there. Sean has really good stick skills. Cruz loses his stick.
Tries to spear him.
No possession. Ball's going to go out off St. Rita. Yep, out off of St. Rita, and it's going to be Caravan ball.
Yeah, Cruz looks a little angry after that penalty call.
Oh, yeah.
A little spear action.
Quaid chasing Gorman. Gorman crosses over the 50. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Gives it over to Herring. First time we've seen him this game. Someone right behind Ethan. Gets the call out just in time. Got a wide open Gorman. I can't hear the play being called, but Ethan wanted the shot. He won't take it. Gives it down to Sheehan. Sheehan over to Rosner. Rosner looking to do something here. Diving in. Gives it over to Gorman. I couldn't tell. Was it a pass or a shot? What did that look like?
Looked like a shot to me, Rocco.
Yeah, I can't even tell. Gorman at X. I want to see how Xander Gorman plays offense. Shovel shot. Xander Gorman, what a goal! Wow! Whoa!
I mean, that was just a hustle play by Xander right there. You saw before he got the ball, he was running around looking for that off-ball movement. He just put himself in the right spot to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, no.
Over the shoulder. That's like a goal I'd see out of Ryland. And Ryland giving Xander some love on the sideline.
Maybe Xander's been looking forward to this shot on offense. He's got to make the most of it.
Yeah. Bellarmine, if you're watching, Xander can play offense too. Dagler wins it again. Caravan moving up, gives it over to Sheehan. Sheehan can't catch it. St. Rita sends an early yard sale. Ball's down. Oh. Illegal procedure on St. Rita. Caravan ball. Okay. There we go. We're back. Rosner moving it low at X. Gets it knocked out by St. Rita. Mustangs moving. They're up fast. Running the wrong way. 3 guys on Carmel over 1 guy on St. Rita. Cunningham on defense. Rita's going to cross over. Cunningham's going to extend. Carmel has 3 men back. Foster in the game for Mount Carmel. Thought we were going to see another hidden ball trick. Didn't hear the call. I think that was an illegal procedure on St. Rita also. Lots of procedures this game. You got to have possession of the ball. You got to move with the ball. Can't hit them without the ball. That's COC. COC over to Slowacki. Slowacki's wide open on the middle. What a shot! Landon Slowacki, goal! With 11 seconds left in the first, Landon Slowacki puts the Caravan up by 1 for their first lead of the game.
It's a really smart play by Landon right there.
Yeah.
He knew what he wanted to do as soon as he got the ball, walked in, knew he had the space, and just placed a perfect shot. That
was great. Daly's going to take the faceoff again with Herring at D-mid and McHugh at LSM. 11 seconds left in the first. We got a game.
Yep.
We got a game. This is fun.
You said, Rocco, you wanted those 4 goals by the end of the first quarter, and you're not getting those 4, but you're getting pretty close to it right now.
I think we're going to get that 4th right here.
Hopefully.
Dagler on the faceoff. Ball's down. No possession. No possession still. And it's going to be I think it's going to be another faceoff to start off the second quarter. So we will see you. Caravan are going to lead. TJ, your first time commentating, and your first lacrosse game. This is a good game. Good game to start with.
Yeah, it is. It's very exciting so far. It's keeping you on your toes.
Oh yeah.
Little sloppy from the Caravan so far, but they're getting their act together.
Some stick checks against St. Rita. Looks like they're all going to be all good. Okay, fans, we are going to see you in 2 minutes.
Have you ever struggled to be funny? Well, lots of us in Mount Carmel do. But if you want to try and be funny, even a little bit, come and join us at The Merchant. If you want to check out our work, go ahead and type in mchs.org/merchant. That'll show you the backlog of all the funny things we've ever made. At least, we think they're pretty funny. Decide for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back to that short little break. Adjustments have been made, and I was right. It's going to be another face-off. Dagler's going to be on it again. Cozy comes back on instead of Herring. It's going to be Cozy, Dagler, and McHugh. You know, ball's been loose for a lot of these face-offs. I think Brendan only won one that he got and, you know, took that, and we scored off of it.
Well, you also remember you do not have David taking the face-offs today, so that could also be a part of it.
McHugh had possession. He drops it. Dagler gets a touch in the box. You know, there's that X call. Dagler's got someone right behind him. He didn't know about it. Tangleson playing attack very high up. He's at the 20-yard line. Got Rosner and Tangleson. Gets a dodge on X. Sheehan wants a shot. Heavy slash there on Sheehan. Good hit. Xander Gorman just leveled him. I heard the helmets on it. I
can hear the helmets on that. Here. He's right back at it.
That was head-to-head. No call for the ref. Rosner at the 20, makes a spin move. Gives it over to Sheehan at X. Rosner almost got laid out. Didn't, though, thank God. Cozy misses it. Gorman just is trying to plow through. Play football.
Cozy was open there in the, I don't know if you call it the slot in lacrosse, but he was open in the slot for a little bit.
Yeah. Timeout called, but not a great officiating game.
Yeah, no, a lot of whistles so far, a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, no timeout called. It's going to be St. Rita's ball. Carmel wanted the timeout. Rita had possession, though, so no timeout. St. Rita's going to start. I'm assuming once we get the ball back, Coach is going to call a timeout. Some confusion here. Malcolm is going to they like to let the goalie walk out to at least a 30, and then they all just collapse in on him. And, you know, we scored I think 2 or 3 like that against DePaul, or it might have been against Bennett. But, you know, staying like that, our style of riding the goalie.
Yeah, we just play a very patient style of defense overall, though. You can see that right now. They don't attack or go up too much.
Yeah.
They let the play come to them, and that's good and bad.
Sean's giving him 5 yards of space. He won't push up, though, because if he pushes up, he gets beat. You know, St. Rita's on a what's the word I'm looking for, TJ? They're on an advantage. Good save by Wyatt. Drags it back into the crease. Wyatt's got man wide open. Someone right behind him. He didn't know. Spin move by Wyatt. Yeah, Nick Quaid's just kind of shoving, rattling around out there.
I think you got to just retire if you hit a spin move on by the goalie.
Yeah, to be honest. He didn't fall, though. That's good. Fans, It appears our camera did just get kicked out. Little radio-style broadcast here. St. Rita at the 40, our 40. We're at the 30. You know, just some pausing right now. I think Leonard just went back up there to see what happened. Rita's at the 30.
They're playing some DePaul basketball right now.
Yeah, they are. Rita moving to the 20. Shot from St. Rita won't go. Blocked by Cruz. Man's chasing it. Kicked out on St. Rita. It's going to be Caravan ball.
It's a great hustle play by Garrett right there.
That's a great hustle play by Garrett. Man gives up to Cozy. Cozy's at our own 30. Makes a dodge. He's got a wide open Slecki. Slecki at St. Rita's 40, at St. Rita's 35. Moving in. Gets a touch in the box. Ball's given over to Ciosi. Trips. Vinny Ciosi just was a victim of the turf monster.
Yeah, no.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. That was funny.
He kind of fell out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just kind of laid there for a little bit, too.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fans. It appears we are back. Don't know what happened, but we're back, and that's really all that matters, to be honest. Rita's moving up quick. Trainer Joe told me before this game that if St. Rita, because he's a Rita guy himself, and he said that if Rita wins, he's not going to stop talking about it for at least a week. And, you know, I understand that. He couldn't really talk much this season. They lost every game to us.
Yeah, something tells me he'll find something to talk about regardless of if they win or lose.
Water polo plays St. Rita next week. Shout out Terry if you're listening. Maybe. They're in a tournament right now, too. Varsity volleyball also in a tournament. Varsity baseball, home opener. We're hoping for next week. Just kind of looking at the field. That grass and that turf and that dirt looks very dark. Good hit by Peter Cruz. So St. Rita gets one. Carmel gets one right back. Oh, TJ, that food has me tired.
I loved it.
That food was good.
Meal.
Fans of the 1965 class had their reunion today and, you know, gave us their leftovers. I'm feeling full.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
I'm a little tired. I have to wake up a little bit at halftime. Foster playing very high up defense.
You know, get yourself a Red Bull or something.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, this DePaul basketball style of offense from Rita also is not helping with that at all.
Oh, yeah, no, not helping with the tiredness whatsoever. Good dodge on. Oh, good save by Wyatt. He just kind of barely just got the stick on that.
Yeah, he's a little bit tired himself, it looks like, right now.
Shout out to the varsity volleyball team. They took second place at the Argo Varsity Invite. You know, some great teams from all around Chicagoland. They took second in that, so Coach Burns has a good future planned out for the Caravan. Shot from St. Rita from the 35. Good save by Wyatt. Had to do a little double check behind him after that last play. Slecki gives up to Cruz. Cruz is back. Peter Cruz touching the box. I want to see a pole go from Pete. No. Gives it over to Tangleson. And there's the Mount Carmel timeout. Okay. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remain. Mount Carmel up 3-2. One timeout taken by each team, one left. Carmel's going to start with the ball back at the 30 in 2 minutes. Fans, make sure to go check out the Caravan. Scan that QR code right on your screen. The official student-produced news publication of Mount Carmel. See the latest news, sports, opinion, and feature stories about the Mount Carmel community here. You know, some great information on there. Article about the football team coming up. Article about the sailing team. You know, Mr. Baffo's sailing team. Shout out Mr. Baffo if you're listening. Getting that sailing program on its feet. They just presented their pitch to Mount Carmel. You know, Mr. Tabernacle, Mr. Seagroves, and Mr. Conroy too. All right, TJ, we're back. After that 2-minute long timeout, got a little bit of energy back in me, drank some water. Kind of feeling back. Good pick by Clark, sets it for Ciosi. Ciosi to 25, takes a shot. Oh, Xander Gorman wanted that tip-in hockey-style goal right there. That would have been pretty cool to see. You know, Xander already has his first. Yeah, Xander has his first. Vinny has one. And I believe, who has our third one? Landon, yeah. St. Rita moving with the steam, head of steam. Drops it though. Some bad passes by St. Rita are kind of what's killing them this game.
Yeah, they're kind of picking up what the Caravan had in the start of the first. Dang.
Oh, speared by Xander. Yeah, that was not smart. That was not smart whatsoever from Xander. I can't.
He knew it right away.
He knew it right away.
Yeah, no.
I mean, his stick was literally the wrong way. He just put it right on the guy's chest. What are we doing? It's those bad penalties like that is what's going to kill us, and that's kind of what led to Paul to come back in that game against us. You know, TJ, the Caravan have a tough schedule coming up with St. Ignatius next week, Latin, and then Marist at home, and then Loyola. Very tough stretch next 4 games. They got to stay rested. You know, I feel like that's why some of these guys aren't coming in as much as we'd like to see them. And you know, especially not having Riley in this game, you know, some of those guys are forced to take breaks.
Yeah, it's going to be a test coming up for the Caravan to see how well they are.
Shot from Quaid. Wow! What a snipe from Nick Quaid. I mean, he just completely just beat Wyatt.
Yeah, never stood a chance right there.
That was a beautiful goal. I can't even lie.
You can calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But, it was nice. Starting to question who you're really rooting for here.
You know who I'm rooting for. Rooting for Brendan Dagler to win this faceoff.
Yeah, that would be nice. Start something for the Caravan.
Yeah.
So it's a tie game now, but I think Mount Carmel is playing better right now.
Ben Maloney on the faceoff for St. Rita against Dagler again. Yeah, I don't think Roger's going to be taking any more faceoffs this game. Especially because Dagler's doing very good. Dagler, he did kind of push it the wrong way, though. Wow.
I think he was expecting Pete to be there.
Yeah, Garrett just hit someone. Good spin move by Cozy. Cozy moving up. He's got St. Rita right on his tail, though. Gives it low to Sheehan. You know, here, Mount Carmel's going to try to get the ball to X. Roser sets a pick. Sheehan almost got ran out of the end zone. Hit to the face on Roser. No call. Sawecki had someone right behind him. Good shot from Landon. TJ, that just went through the field goal.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, we are not playing football, or else that would be worth 3 points.
First field goal of the season. You know, Mount Carmel isn't a kicking team, though. I do have to say that. I think Nico only kicked one field goal last year, and it was against Hun. So.
Yeah. Well, fun fact also, Garrett was the kicker for the freshman and JV football teams when he played.
I was watching Garrett kick. Garrett was a topo kicker.
Yeah, he was a straight toe kicker.
It did go pretty far, though. I can't even lie. Cunningham gets sandwiched, stays on his feet. Just a slash right after the play. St. Rita not too happy right now.
Oh.
Yeah, leaves it wide open. Tommy Cunningham, what a goal! I got nervous that wasn't going to go in off that bounce. We're good.
Nah, I trusted TC.
We're good, though. We're good. We're back. Back in the lead.
Caravan goal at 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Good goal by Tommy Cunningham right there. Just, you know, capitalizing on St. Rita's mistakes. You know, goalie had no one there. Just passed the ball right back to him.
Yeah, he just seems to find himself in the right spot. He had those situations a lot in hockey, too, where he just knew where the right spot was. He's a really smart player. Got a lot of good qualities about him.
Carmel's just trying to slow down the style of play. Slowecki's at X. Gets it low. Wants to take a dodge. He won't take it, though. Gets a pick from Rosner. Rolls off of it. Good shot from Landon, that jump shot. Rosner on it. Good goal, David Rosner puts the Caravan up by 2, their biggest lead of this game. David Rosner, wow, what a goal.
It's hard when you're attacking from both sides in a quick amount of time. making the goalie go from one side to the other.
Yeah.
So he's just tired there, and that was just good capitalization from David Rosner.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to be saying his name a lot today. A lot of goals out of him, I expect.
Fans, Emmett Dowling coming up at halftime to talk about this upcoming football season and why we're all very excited for it. You know, I know, TJ, I know you'll be at the games next year.
Yeah, I think I got to be, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, you know.
Fans, Brendan Dagler will have the call for varsity football right out there right now, number 10. Timeout called by St. Rita. I heard that from the press box. All right, St. Rita takes a timeout, 5-3 Mount Carmel. 3 minutes, 25 seconds remain in this half. We will see you in 2 minutes. Caravan fans, Walkathon is coming up Friday, April 25th. Make sure to get those donations, and we will have a QR code for you guys to scan in a little bit. Or you can go to justgiving.com/MC Walkathon 2025. You know, if you're feeling generous, you can even donate to a specific person. You know, maybe like me or TJ.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. I'm still looking to, I think I still need to get the Fast Pass for lunch, so.
You gotta get off the ground.
Yeah, any contributions would help, even if it's just $1.
Yeah, you can also, if you don't want to donate to a specific person, you know, Mount Carmel has a general page where you can donate to anybody, not to anybody. You can donate just to the school in general. Doesn't have to be to a specific person. Go to justgiving.com/MC Walkathon 2025 to donate. Back from that timeout. TJ, I heard you're running Walkathon?
Yeah, that's right. I did a cross country in the fall. I actually saw the lacrosse guys up there a lot, running a lot.
Yeah, kind of running like track stars up there, especially you know, for these long games, those overtime games. Hit from Herring knocks it down. St. Rita not too happy about that hit. Wow, I just watched Xander Gorman get hit. Never have saw that before, to be honest. Herring moving upfield fast, though. Herring's got Sheehan. Gives it over. Tommy Sheehan's got the middle wide open. If he makes his defender miss, he's got a goal. St. Rita trying to run with him. Tommy Sheehan almost makes him slip. Cunningham's behind him. Gives it over to Cunningham. Back to Cozy. You know, Mount Carmel not really playing in the house is what I'm going to call it, you know, where the goalie is.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
The house?
Well, that's what we called it when I was playing. So, that's what we'll call it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Rita crosses over to 30, gets a touch in the box, steps out. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left. Mount Carmel with a 2-goal lead, 5-3. St. Rita's coach is very vocal this game, though. You know, I like to see that. I like to see the loud coaches, you know, that style of yelling. Make sure everyone hears you.
Yeah, it's something. If it's pretty loud from here, I can only imagine how it is
Yeah.
closer to the bench.
Terrible pass from St. Rita. Ball goes right out. Just some miscommunication, you know. Thought a guy was there. Turns out he wasn't.
Uh-huh. Xander's back with the long stick.
Yeah, Xander's back with the long stick. Misses the pass. That's a screen for Cruz. And, you know, that's also been a problem this game for everyone. The problem this game has been picking up the ball for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if they changed something about the grass here or something, but it's a little difficult for people.
Yeah. I've been told our turf is very hard. So, if that has anything to do with it, I don't know. Might. Slowecki at the 10. Yeah, you know, just Slowecki gets pushed out. Okay, St. Rita ball. Yeah, not really a very energetic game. It's 8 goals scored, 4 goals each quarter, I guess you could say. Not from us, though. Not all from us. Yeah, not really a high, fast-paced, moving game like we've experienced those last 2 games. Especially against DePaul. That was a very fast, very high-paced game.
Well, I think both teams know this is a really important game, big rivalry game.
Yeah.
So they don't want to be that team that makes that grueling mistake
Yeah.
by trying to go out and play hard.
.35 remain. St. Rita at the 33-yard line. Back in the box. Slucky playing up. Rita makes a dodge. Bad pass. It's just there's another bad pass from St. Rita, which is what's killing them.
Yeah, I know. They're looking really sloppy right now.
Very.
Caravan are looking really sharp. I think they're going to, as I say that. But I think the Caravan are due for something here.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure. I would like to see it. That's Joe Tracy, freshman on varsity coming out. 9 seconds left. St. Rita ball.
Mount Carmel ball.
Mount Carmel ball. Didn't even see Xander under the bleachers. Bad pass from the Caravan. 5 seconds remain. I want to see if St. Rita can make something happen here. I don't think they have enough time to, though.
Coach Kelly is looking a little angry on the sideline.
Yeah, St. Rita's taking a shot from the 35. Time's going to expire. We're going to take you back up to the press box. So, TJ, after this first game, not first game, I would say, first experience up here, how are you liking it?
I'm liking it a lot. You
Yeah.
know, it's a really fast-paced game, which I like, kind of similar to hockey in that way. But I just got to get used to what the positions are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make it a little more smooth.
Fans, I have an interview with Emmett Dowling coming up in about 2 minutes. I think he's making his way up here right now. So I will see you in 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, please welcome starting quarterback Emmett Dowling up to the press box. If that last name sounds familiar, it's because it's on the scoreboard. This field's named after his uncle, Kevin, who, Mount Carmel guys just leaving a legacy here. Emmett, welcome. Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, no problem.
Just got some questions about next year's team. Obviously could be one of the most talented that we've ever seen come out of Mount Carmel. Emmett, I don't want to say it, but you're 0-1 as a starter right now, which isn't the best record, but it's just one loss. And, that Rice loss obviously is going to make you a lot better quarterback. How do you feel that that's affected you guys and the team this year and last year?
Well, with Jack Elliott being injured that game, we knew that we need a lot of guys to step up in ways ahead all year. So, for example, Matt Muha, one of the best leaders I've ever played with, talked to me before the game and told me, if you mess up, I have your back. So definitely boosted my confidence in knowing that if I messed up a lot, he wouldn't, he was there to help me. So, but after that loss, we definitely found out what we needed to fix on the offense and defensive side. But after that, we watched film and didn't look back at it. So,
Next question. Obviously week 1 in Ohio, starting that off, that's going to be a big game against Archbishop Moeller, who in 1990 we beat them, and that was the start of the three-peat, which I think you told me your dad was on the team.
Yeah,
he was
my
a
dad.
senior, so he won 3. He wasn't the 4th, but that was his 3rd year. Obviously he's been talking to you about it. Your brother also started here. We know kind of what have they been saying to you? Just what have they been saying to you about, you're the next quarterback, you're the leader of this team next year?
they're excited for me. My brother, he plays at Eastern Illinois, so he knows, he's been through it. So we talk a lot. He's excited for me, and he just told me work hard, and that's about it.
Yeah. What are we doing to prepare for this game next year? Obviously with Caravan tough, have we started mentioning that fact that we're going out far, we're going on an 8-hour trip, gotta stay hot, gotta stay ready, and especially summer practices start. What do you think that's gonna be like for us? Just trying to prepare for that game.
Well, we're everyone's Super Bowl, so everyone wants to play us. They have us circled on their calendar, but lifts will start 5:30 a.m. We're working out, so it's tough, but that's what makes us different from all these other teams.
Just getting ready for next year.
And all these weapons we have on the offensive defensive side, it's gonna be hard to stop.
Yeah,
so.
that was the next question. Obviously, I don't want to mention stars, but we have a star-studded talent roster. Tavares Harrington, sophomore cornerback, just picked up an offer from Alabama. That's impressive, especially as a sophomore. You have all these weapons. Who do you think your favorite weapon's gonna be next year?
Man,
or can you not pick a favorite? Just because all that offensive talent. Jalen and Jamari just transferred in. Marshawn and Quentin coming back. You just have so much around you. You have a great support staff for next year.
Yeah, we have about 17 return starters, so that's always good to have. Our defense, we're going to be really good defense. We got a lot of leaders, and offense, whole line, most of them are coming back. So I'm excited. We're I'm just hoping we all come together as a team and bring home the fourth state for four-peat. So
losing Nick Lewanski, obviously a great leader, vocal leader. Not the biggest lineman, but a great blocker. But in his place, you're getting a 6'8", 4-star offensive tackle in Puma, who just transferred in. So that's obviously going to be a great boost. And I'm excited to see how that turns out. Emmett, thank you so much for coming up here. Fans, 3 minutes left in this halftime. We're going to see you in 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back from that halftime. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Emmett. I'm excited to see about next football season. TJ, obviously, I know you're also excited.
Yeah, he definitely has the potential to be a great football player. His brothers, Blaney especially, led that 14-0 season our freshman year. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, just some great leadership that he's going to bring to the team, especially losing Jack, who was a great leader, losing Muha, who was one of the best. He was the best leader on the team. Losing Xander, very vocal too. Xander broke his stick also this game. I just realized that. He just got a new one from the sideline.
Yeah, I'm looking for like guys like Braden Jones to be a big leader on that team next year.
For sure. St. Rita, just moving the ball around, playing very mellow offense, very laid-back offense. And, when you're on defense, playing defense against them, it just gets kind of boring. It's just the same thing. You kind of want some action. Dagler on the pickup. Dagler's got wheels, though. He's got some speed over the 50, crosses the 40, touching the box. Man peels off, gives it over to Rosner. Rosner down low to Sheehan. Sheehan drops it. Picked up by loose ball push. No call.
That looked like a cross check.
Yeah, Brendan Dagler got blown up. Don't like to see that. Not as bad as that hit against IC, though. I remember that pretty vividly. That looked like it hurt.
Speaking from experience, getting blown up doesn't hurt as much as as it seems sometimes, because you got that big adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
So you just kind of get knocked down and you get right back up. I remember I got blown up in the state playoffs for hockey, and I didn't really feel it too much.
Illegal procedure on the Caravan. Peter Cruz played with no stick. Can't do that.
Looked like a traveling call.
You can travel in lacrosse?
No, it's just the same thing.
Yeah. Reed at the 20. At the hashes, makes a dodge on Cozy. Good save by Wyatt. Wyatt's been dropping down a lot. Oh, okay. We just got the ball thrown. We just threw the ball away. That was not good.
No. No, it was not.
Reed on the inbound, gives it low. They're at X2. I think they're going to play through X the rest of this game because it's working for Mount Carmel, so it might work for them.
Yeah, Carmel does that every one of their games. That's probably a big vocal point of Kelly's philosophy.
Yeah.
Just holding it low and just moving a lot off ball, trying to just create some confusion for the defense.
Herring tries to wrap him up, won't go. Good defense by Ryan Malnicki. First-year player, first game starting. He's been in this entire game. No penalties, which is also very good. Physical, very physical game right here. And this is what you'd expect from Mount Carmel St. Rita game, Very physical game.
Yeah, don't see a lot of the small stuff that happens out there. You see some of the big hits, but there's a lot of physicalities that are just nice and subtle that are a big difference maker.
Caravan peel off. Rita moving the ball around. McHugh playing heavy press on defense.
It's almost like they got an invisible wall at the 35 that they just won't go past.
Yeah. Gives it low. Good save. Did Wyatt? Oh, no, that's Pete. Pete just kind of stole the ball from Wyatt.
Errant pass.
Good hit by Garrett. No flag down. Herring on the recovery. Gives it low to Cozy. Cozy's moving up fast. No holding on Rita, though. Kind of just grabbed his elbow.
Cozy loves to just run up. I know I've mentioned it in the first quarter, but he's doing it again.
Yeah, touching the box from Cozy. Tries to get it to Sheehan. Sheehan gets caught off guard, though, by a St. Rita defenseman. Malnicki just gave Rita the entire field. Good defense by Wyatt Hubbard. Just laid him out. That was a fantastic defensive play by Wyatt. He's playing way more confident this year, which I love to see out of him.
Yeah, I know last year he was confident going in. He wanted to be there. I think that injury, that torn meniscus, definitely kind of shattered a little bit of that confidence, though. So it's good to see he's playing. He's not afraid to get physical and get out there.
Nope, not at all. Foster playing defense down low. That's Quaid. Gorman back on defense. He's got the short stick, though. And, when you go, I had to practice. When I broke my deep pull, I had to practice with a short stick on defense. And, it wasn't fun. It's having that extra 3 feet of room really, that extra 3 feet of stick really helps.
Oh, yeah, but it's a tool, right? And you don't want to get used
Yeah.
to using that tool. You still want to know.
Yeah.
You don't want to kind of make up for some mistakes with that long stick. You
Yeah.
still want to know.
Caravan are going to ride out. Gorman playing up very high, though. That's Cozy. Cozy's just running around with it. Shot from Wyatt, or shot from, I couldn't even tell who that was. Ball goes out. They're going to call it St. Rita ball. Yeah, TJ, that food really right now really is kind of starting to get to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. I just came back from Kairos, too, and the food on Kairos was really good. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah. I'm excited for mine. I go in December of this year. Ball goes down. Good save by Wyatt. Tips it up. St. Rita's on the chase. Mustangs ball. Fans very vocal this game. This is, I mean, you know, it's a lacrosse game, so the crowds aren't really as big as you'd expect. But, you know, this is pretty crowded for a lacrosse game today.
Yeah, I see a lot of our classmates at the
Yeah.
end zone over there. A lot of
Yeah.
them Barnabas kids supporting their guy, number 4 Colin Cooney on Rita. But unfortunately, they're here for the wrong reason. But at least they are here.
Yeah, you know, they're still watching us, though. That's all I really care about. Students, if you're watching, come out and support the lacrosse team next Saturday against Marist. That's when we want a lot of kids out for that one. You know, obviously a big rivalry game with our rivals from 115th and Pulaski. Last time they played here, it didn't go so well. I think that was in football our freshman year. Kind of blew them out.
I heard from Dino C that anyone who doesn't show up to the next lacrosse game gets a jug on
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, no.
Wyatt just throws a Hail Mary pass. It's going to be Rita's ball. And let's see what Mount Carmel can do here on defense. Sean McHugh playing physical. You don't really see that from him much. But, you know, he's very fast. He's right on this guy's – he's right on his back.
Good slash there.
Yeah. Very good because it didn't get called. Rita diving in, yeah. You know, that's just a good shot, leaving Wyatt alone. You know, you're in a bad angle, but he placed that ball very well. That was a great shot, to be honest.
Is that Cooney's second today?
I think that is his second. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know.
We're still in the lead, though.
We are still in the lead, but Mount Carmel has not been generating a lot of offense in this third quarter. I think that might be due in part to Xander going back for a little bit. But
Yeah, and also also the biggest loss is not having Ryland out there.
yeah, bench is a little short today. They're a little more tired, so they
Yeah.
might be just trying to conserve that energy coming from the half and just trying to go all out in that fourth quarter. Because another big problem for the Caravan is that they've been giving up some pretty big leads going into that second half. So if they can conserve energy and not let that happen, put their foot, squish the bug, I guess.
Yeah, to be honest. McHugh on the faceoff. Logan, and that comes in first time we've seen him today. You know, ball's on the ground still. No one has picked it up yet. St. Rita on the recovery.
Logan's another hockey guy that just finds himself in the right position.
Yeah, the lacrosse team is full of hockey and football guys, to be honest.
Yeah, two very physical sports,
Yeah.
and they use their physicality well here.
And, you know, hockey just kind of comes back. It's like the same thing, to be honest. Very easy to pick up if you play hockey. I think you'd be decent.
You know, I've been told that a few times, but I'm happy here in the booth.
Should play next year.
No risk of injury or anything. I'm happy commentating.
I just had to close our window. Very cold outside. Good save by Wyatt.
Almost snuck through the 5-hole.
Yeah, it really did. Very, very cold game. Colin Cooney just gets
Big hit.
blown up by Wyatt. Wow! What a hit by Wyatt Hubbard, the goalie. I'm retiring from lacrosse if I get hit like that by a goalie, to be honest.
Yeah, Wyatt's been embarrassing Rita all of today. You know, I mean, really, really showing them who's boss.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Yeah, just spinning right through. All right, window's got to open back up. It's cold outside today. You know, a couple weeks ago it was 70 degrees, and now my face is freezing.
Oh, that's Chicago for you.
Yeah.
Get that lake effect, too.
Oh, yeah, right on the lake, too.
Not fun.
4 minutes, 11 seconds remain. Mount Carmel up by 1. 2 timeouts left for each team.
1 for Rita.
Hubbard's got Melnicki. Yeah, see, I think Wyatt's just got to stop making these Hail Mary 45-yard passes because they're not working.
Yeah, no, I think especially when our defense has been doing a good job taking the ball up to midfield. They've been patient up to thus far.
We got to do something different now. Good hit by Zach Tangleson. He's down on the ground.
Oh, he sold that. That's the most obvious sell I have ever seen.
That's not a good.
You know, Zach, for not being the biggest guy out there, he gets physical, Rocco. I've noticed that in hockey too.
Oh yeah. Timeout called on St. Rita. Coach Kelly and Coach Stu not too happy with that call from the ref. Don't think it was a penalty though. I think it's going to be called a loose ball push on St. Rita. And we're going to see you back here in 2 minutes. Having a debate about the headsets. I think I might have been wearing my headset wrong this entire time, TJ.
Yeah, you are, and you won't admit it.
My entire time doing this, every JV basketball game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you right now. That's on you.
You
buddy.
really got me thinking. You got me thinking about this now, because I can't change it because it just doesn't sound right. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
But yeah, as long as it sounds good. To be honest, shot from St. Rita. Yeah, that's just a bad shot. Why are you shooting from the 25-yard line? That's a 20-yard shot. Wyatt makes another man miss. He's got moves today.
I don't know. That might be in part due to that St. Rita education.
Yeah, you never know. It's a far shot. Shout out Mr. Godinez if you're listening. I just kind of thought about that. Kind of left us. It's okay though. He might be listening. Never know. Just thought about that. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remain. To be honest, Mr. Godinez was one of my favorite teachers I've had here so far. So came back from spring break, his room was empty. From winter break, his room was empty. I was like, dang.
I never knew him that much. But in the brief conversations I had with him, he seemed like a pretty chill guy.
Oh, yeah. Great guy. Great man. Great cook. One time freshman year, came out and cooked for my Spanish class. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. I think I remember that when you guys brought the food in.
Yep. The windows are closed up here, but I can still hear them yelling. That's how vocal these teams are.
Yeah, no.
Another bomb from Hubbard right to Gorman, though. Xander was right under that. Gives it over to Tangleson. Tangleson has Clark. Clark wants his first. He's going to get it. Ryan Clark gets us back on the board. 6-4, Mount Carmel. First one.
Am I allowed to say that?
First one on the new leg. First one on his new ACL. First goal since I think we played the Paul Prep last year. Great goal by Clark, his first of the year, getting us started in the third quarter.
Yeah, we were having a little talk with our producer.
Daylor just gets blown up. No, okay. Nothing. No call, no penalty. That's fine.
Yeah, we were having a talk with our producer, Leonard. He was a little upset. We were talking about Mr. Godinez for so long. Getting a little emotional over there. Crying, shedding a few tears.
Timeout called by Mount Carmel. Our first that we're going to take. We're each going to have one timeout when we come back from the break. Get the headset on the other way now. It just, doesn't feel right.
I don't know.
I mean?
I think you should keep it the other way. You're having success.
We were having some success.
No, we'll
but
see.
I'll try it out for a minute 30, to be honest. Might as well.
How does it feel right now? Does it feel weird?
Feels weird.
Yeah.
Feels like you're louder in my my right ear now.
You had to do the
Yeah,
little thing.
I had to double check because now I'm overthinking it, to be honest. Caravan ball, Cozy starts with it. Cozy pushed out of the box, moving down low, gets it to X. He's got Rosner at X, gives it over. Rosner and Cozy switch positions. Rosner goes up, kind of just moving around. Swim moves. Pulling back.
Ooh.
Knocked out. Yep, gets her knocked right out. Caravan going to try to recover this, though. Crease violation on St. Rita. Can't run through there.
Yeah.
I got some viewer shout-outs. We got some viewers from all over the country today. Viewers in Atlanta, viewers in Mexico, California. Everyone's watching the Caravan now. Some of Coach Kelly's friends are watching. Tommy Cunningham's uncle watching from Atlanta. Shout out to everyone that's watching us.
Yeah.
Almost had another field goal.
I think that was tipped, though. I don't think that was off the shot.
41 seconds remain. Mount Carmel 6, St. Rita 4.
I'm feeling one here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think Vinny's going to get a second.
Yeah, or I want to see Tommy Sheehan get involved. Good shot by Cozy. Flag down on St. Rita. They're going to call. Waiting for the signal. Cross-check to the head. Minute penalty.
We haven't seen a lot of those called. There's been a lot of little chippy hits that have been going by, and then the clean hits on Carmel are getting called as penalties right now.
Yeah. These binoculars are great. I could just perfectly see what that ref was saying.
Yeah, you need the little old-timey ones that
The monocle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the fancy ones, that you hold up with a
Yeah.
stick.
Don't have time for that, though.
Have the shark buy it for you.
I want to see Cozy get involved in some action right now. Clark just eating these slap checks. Gives it a little to Selecki. Selecki's got 10. Ciosi misses the pass. Cozy on the chase. Can he get it? Oh, I actually thought he had it. 6 seconds left. I want to see what St. Rita can do with this. And definitely after these 6 seconds, TJ, I'm switching back to the way I had it.
You don't like it?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all, to be honest.
Errant pass, and that's going to do it.
That's going to do it for the third quarter of play. Mount Carmel 6, St. Rita 4. Fans, we will see you back for the last 12 minutes of lacrosse in 2 minutes. Please join our Monochrome community for a memorial mass to honor the life of Father David Dillon on Tuesday, April 8th at 11:30 a.m. in the Barry Hughes Performing Arts Center. Following the mass, we welcome you to the Barry Hughes Performing Arts Center, where lunch and refreshments will be served. This will be a wonderful opportunity to gather, share memories, and celebrate Father David Dillon's profound impact on our community. Please RSVP by April 6th to mburns@mchs.org. Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back. We're going to see David Rosner take the faceoff for the first time this quarter. St. Rita is going to be man down, though. Don't know how that happened.
I feel like it'd be kind of hard for it not to be the first time of the quarter because it's the start of the quarter.
Well, I'm sorry. That's Slowacki. Slowacki gives it to Clark. Clark gets his second. Ryan Clark back-to-back. 7-4, Mount Carmel. 8 seconds in, capitalizing on that man-down play. Ryan Clark gets his second of the year, second of the game, too.
Yeah,
Let's go, Clark.
That was a great play by Landon. Really patient in there. I think he may have had the shot also, but he decided to give it off, give it to Clark. Great team player right there. And great. Love to see Clark at his second after struggling early on in the season.
Yeah.
I think he's back.
I would hope so. Especially he's back at a good time this game, with Ryland missing this game.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's going to need to be the guy to step up.
Cozy moving it low. Gives it over to Slowacki. TJ, right now I feel like I'm commentating golf. We're really not doing anything. Slowacki drives in, gives it over to that's Sheehan. Sheehan back to Slowacki. Wants a turnaround shot. Bounce pass to Tangleson. Tangleson won't get it. Chase is going to go to Rita. And as I say that, we get some action, which is good, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. We do need it. We're due. It's been a very tactical game so far.
Definitely.
By both teams. They're both playing really smart, really controlled. Not really too much like extravagance, honestly. I don't know. That's a
good word.
I'd say so.
That's
yeah.
a great word.
I'm trying to freshen up my vocabulary.
Oh,
recently.
definitely. Cooney gets a touch in the box. Backs out. Foster in on defense. Foster, Herring, and Cozy are the middies. Foster playing up. Now we're on the subject of golf. Oh, good play by Nolan Foster. Foster moving up with a head of steam over the 50. Crosses over, loses it. Pushed out. St. Rita ball. Now they're back on defense. On the topic of golf, Masters are coming up this week. TJ, who do you got winning?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to do it, but I'm always rooting for my guy, Jordan Spieth. That stretch in 2015 he had was really good. Thought he was going to be the next Tiger Woods, but didn't work out too well. I'm hoping for him to make a big comeback, though.
Yeah, to be honest, the only thing from 2013 I remember is when the Hawks won the Stanley Cup, and that's about it. What grade were you in that year? Was that third grade?
20
15?
Would have been fourth.
Third or fourth, yeah.
Or second.
Okay, we were way off. No, I think he was third because then the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, and I was getting made fun of at school for being a Sox fan.
That was in third grade, I thought, for me. I remember that during the playoffs, a kid in our grade broke his arm. So, like, Benny, or, like, whatever the Cubs guy is named, he came into our classroom and, like, was trying to take a picture with everyone, and everyone but me was in that picture because I was too mad. I did not want to be there.
I feel that.
Wound up being on the
Good
news.
pass by Cozy. Shot from Tangleson. What a goal by Zach Tangleson. 8-4, Mount Carmel.
Zoxby with an amazing goal right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful goal from Zox.
That's beautiful.
Oh, my Lord. He looks so.
Yeah, Zach is really looking great out there today. You know, his first goal stepping up in Ryland's place. Go back.
All right, we're back.
We're back. Having fun up here today. Especially, you know, it's a good game to watch. We just came back. 8-4, Mount Carmel. I wanted to see if Mount Carmel can break that over 8 goals. You know, scored 8 against. You know, I feel like 8's kind of been the cap this year, except against scored 8 against St. Francis. Scored 8 against OPRF last night. There was another game we scored 8. DePaul, we scored 7. You know, we haven't really got a big number of goals yet. Daylor down on the ground, looked like his knee. He's back up. Oh, it's his back. Grabbing his back in pain. He's back up.
It's also nice to see that they're generating a good amount of offense, even with Ryland out today.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, I'm excited to see Ryland back for that Ignatius game, and I want to see what he can do for that.
Yeah, hopefully he's 100% by then. I think even if he's not, he's still going to play.
100%.
He wants to be out there, you know.
Yeah.
Talking with him before the game, he's really hurt he's out. He does not like it, and he's
especially against St. Rita. You know, I would always want to play against them.
yeah.
Another shot from Rita, misses wide.
I don't know if you can even call that a shot. That was pretty wide. Hit all just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. A lot of bit outside. 8 minutes, 24 seconds remain. Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 4. 1 timeout remains each. And I'm kind of interested to see when St. Rita will use that timeout. Good defense by Garrett.
Well, I mean, you still got 8 minutes left, so there's still a lot of time. So, a lot of time for both teams.
Bad. That's just that's a bad play by Garrett, but it's okay. Mount Carmel still up by 3.
I think that might be a hat trick for Cooney, actually.
It might be.
We're still not sure who scored that first goal. We're calling it Cooney right now, but
yeah, we can go get some. I think we could get some stats. Maybe 8 minutes, 11 seconds remain. 1 timeout each team. Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 5. We're doing good. Looks to be going our way.
it does. We just gotta finish. You know, like I've said, we've had struggles finishing. So
yeah, we've been on offense a lot longer than they've been on offense.
yeah, this is gonna be a test for the Caravan if they can go 100% all the way to the end.
Dagler wins it back up to Cozy. Cozy's moving fast. Foster off. Cunningham on. Cozy just playing right through those checks, and those gotta hurt, to be honest.
Not for him. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care.
When I played, I never really took those hits. Because, I wasn't the fastest person to take the ball up the field. That was usually Foster. Scored a couple of pole goals last year, so that was always fun to watch.
You scored a few times
Oh,
last year?
no, not me, Foster.
Oh.
Absolutely not. It doesn't look that big from up here, but running 95 yards field to field, pretty far.
Yeah.
For being honest, good shot by Zach. Rosner on the chase.
I mean, you're a pretty athletic guy yourself, so
Yeah.
if you're saying
I like
that,
to consider myself.
yeah.
Rosner moving low. Stick in there. Shot from Rosner. Good save by St. Rita, though.
A little lucky there. I don't think
I mean,
they
yeah.
really knew where that was.
No, definitely not. Just some bad passes by Rita. Good recoveries, though.
Yeah.
Clark comes off. Henry's going to come on. Good defense by Zach.
What a poke check by Zach.
Yeah, I mean, that was, look, guy's holding his stick a little too high. Zach just gets his stick right under there, chops at the bottom at his knob.
Yeah.
Got some more people coming on. Fans, if you're just tuning in, Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 5. We thank you for joining us here. Always fun to be up here, especially with someone new every time.
Yeah. Happy to be here, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Kind of weird hearing yourself talk, though, for a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, you get used to it.
I got used to it pretty quickly, yeah. You know, back when we were on the roof, the fun times on the roof. New roof, though.
New roof?
Yeah, Mount Carmel, new roof. Apparently, I've never been up there, but apparently it's pretty slick. So that's why we're up here.
Like solar panels and whatnot?
No, I think the solar panels just on the gym.
Oh.
No idea, though, to be honest.
Yeah, they kind of keep it a secret.
Yeah, don't really know much. Loose ball push. Carmel's ball. You know, we're playing DePaul basketball here, to be honest. That's the best way to describe this.
I mean, if it's working, you know.
Yeah, it
To
works
each
for
their
them,
own.
too. Viniciusi, what a spin move. Works for them in basketball. Working for us in lacrosse. Siosi with another spin move.
Vinny's been kind of quiet this second half, so I'm really looking for him to make
he's
a big
eager.
play.
He's eager to get back in the scoring column, too. Especially, not having any last year. Kind of loose ball push on Cozy. St. Rita's ball. Cunningham off. Foster in. Siosi off. Herring back in.
A lot of changes late for Carmel. I think they're just, again, trying to make sure that our guys don't run out of energy on the field.
Definitely. Yeah, TJ, student section kind of depleting. 4 guys left, started with 8.
Those are all the Barnabas kids over there. Got Dave.
50% remain. Dave, Quinn Flannery.
I think that's Matt. Yeah, that's Matt Kallianis and
Quinn McCarahan.
yeah.
What, the binoculars? Take a better look.
Sure, I'll take them.
They work pretty great.
They do. Wow, yeah, no, this is a pretty. Is Miss Norris still there, or did she? I know Miss Norris was there.
Miss Norris is still here. She's out here in the cold. We're up here in the heat.
I love Miss Norris. I don't know how a single person could not love Miss Norris. She might be the nicest human being.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Rita, that's Cooney at the 40, 35-30. Moving in on Foster.
Cooney's been having a big game. He's been pretty much the command for the Rita offense. He's been
him and
their
Nick,
heart and soul.
Him and Nick Quaid they are the heart and soul of this offense.
Yeah. Well, they're keeping it close, that's for sure.
Definitely. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left. Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 5. Still. Rita moving it low at X.
Both teams have spent a lot of time at the X today.
Oh, yeah.
Taking their sweet time.
Definitely. Moves it over. Gorman almost got reversed.
He almost wanted to.
Yeah. Good defense by Foster. He lost it, though. Back to Garrett.
Good pass.
Garrett over to Gorman, and I want to see Xander come up. Gives it over. Hail Mary pass to Sheehan. Gets intercepted. And, St. Rita I saw him protect his stick after losing the ball the last time, when getting hit below. He lowered his hand all the way down to the bottom of the stick. Colin Cooney could have almost just lost his life right there. He almost went into a trap with Foster and Garrett. Not a fun sight to see.
He gave a little gesture to our student section there, too.
Yeah, he gets back. Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 6, and I need Mount Carmel, we need 2 more goals to capitalize on these opportunities.
Yeah, it looks like Garrett got the wind knocked out of him or something. He looks a little sluggish right now.
Shout out to anybody watching here. Viewers still going up. Great game here today.
Really is.
Wasn't the best game to start off, to be honest, but we're still here. We're still doing good.
I mean, it's definitely had its moments. That's
for
sure.
Clark getting 2, Vinny getting 1, kind of getting everyone involved in the scoring today.
Pete just running over that poor kid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what I would have called that. Timeout called by St. Rita. Mount Carmel 8, St. Rita 6. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remain. We will see you back here in 3 minutes or 2 minutes.
Oh my God! Oh, I thought I was never gonna get out of there. The construction makes it like a maze in there. Oh my! What happened? I was looking for my belt, but I I couldn't even find it, so I just decided to just get out because I was terrified.
You're crazy.
Rude. Anyways, what did I miss when I was gone?
Well, thankfully, there's this satirical newspaper called The Merchant, run by a bunch of MC students, that has all the news about Mount Carmel that you'll ever need.
This is great. Shaq is trying to turn MC into Papa John's. Oh, Mr. Murphy, he's selling Carmel apple suckers and all that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, intramural caroling? That's crazy.
No belt? The dress code.
Rita burns their last timeout, 3 minutes, 28 seconds left, and, you got to start to wonder if that was the best time to take that timeout.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, this is a crucial moment in the game for both teams, right? It's kind of that area where you kind of start to worry about time. So if Rita gets a goal here, that gives them a lot of time to tie it up. But
Yeah. If they don't get it here, then, they're down to 2 minutes.
got to start to rush and panic a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is that was just a time to recuperate, make sure everyone knows what to do.
3 minutes, still a lot of time. And, what a move by Garrett, man, up to McHugh. That was a beautiful clear by Mount Carmel. Sean McHugh with those wheels we're talking about. I want to see Sean McHugh get a goal here. Picked off by Rita. I mean, and that would have just been great if I could have seen Sean McHugh get a goal. He told me he has won his whole time at Mount Carmel, and he just tipped it in the net. Coach Kelly's going to burn his last, and now we're down to 2:47 left. Mount Carmel up by 2 on St. Rita. Big rivalry game here. We will see you in 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Caravan fans, welcome back after that 2-minute timeout. Rosner at X, moving low. Mount Carmel just needs one more here. Sheehan, I want to see Tommy get on the board this game. He had 2 against Bennett, came up pretty big for us. Or Cozy gets up there. Or Tangleson already has one. It was a hard check right there by St. Rita.
I could always see another goal from Zach.
Yeah, Tangleson loses it. Loose ball, push, not called. Rosner, I don't know what that was.
Lost it. Ooh.
Slecki blowing up, flag down on St. Rita. Way to draw a penalty, Landon. Coach Stu fired up on the sideline.
Landon's been one of those guys. He's been He's been really good today. Maybe not a lot said on the broadcast, but he's definitely been making moves, and he's been a crucial part of this team as of late.
Yeah, for sure. Love seeing them get activated, or love seeing him get active.
I hear he is one of the glue guys on this team, along with Bruno Collum. You know, Bruno might not see the field a lot, but like he helps the spirits of the team, and it's definitely he is definitely a joy for everyone.
Great teammate.
Yeah.
Very great teammate. Love to see him get some action this game.
Yeah, that would be nice.
See him get in, maybe Urban, Stan. Just see some of those guys that don't really get to see the field much. And, you know, especially, I feel like if I want to play in any game, I want to play against Rita or Rice, if we're being honest.
Yeah, the Southside Catholic matchups
Yeah, the
are always
big
the most
rivalry
fun.
games.
Maybe they'll get in against Ignatius, you know. I think we can put a few up on them, and
I mean, don't jump the gun.
I'm confident in them.
I'm very confident in this team to be able to hang with teams like Loyola, to be able to hang with Ignatius.
Yeah, I know you're a big Ignatius supporter, you know, taking pictures with them for hockey and stuff, but
Yeah, well, you know, the money is there, and that's great to have, you know, always.
I know what you mean. I'm just giving you a hard time here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful shot of the gate we just had right there. I couldn't see the ball, so I looked at the screen, and it's just the gate. Hard view there. Minute remains. St. Rita ball.
Good hustle from Xander.
It's going to be out on Rita. Good hustle by Xander. Xander's got his short stick still.
No, he's got his long stick.
Oh, okay. Yep, he does have his long stick. I couldn't even see. Ryland coaching from the sidelines.
Yeah, Rocco, you need those binoculars.
Yeah. Oh, they're upside. Hang on, they're upside down. There we go. Focus is a little messed up.
Cozy.
Cozy gives it low. Didn't even know he had someone behind him. I could hear that from up here, but, you know, that helmet's a little kind of noise canceling.
Yeah, but, you know, it doesn't phase him. He still has the ball.
Yeah, Cody's just going to eat Cody's just going to eat these hits.
Yeah, 28 can't do anything to him. You know,
Yeah.
he's probably
Good spin move by Cozy.
he still
Another
has
one.
it.
Cozy has 3 people from Rita on him. Gives it over. Clark wants another one. I would have liked another one, too.
Hat trick for Clark for his 3 goals of the season.
That'd be beautiful. And, you know, maybe we just put one more on Rita just to rub it in.
Yeah.
Traveling.
That's a legal procedure, right?
Yeah, the signal. And 5 seconds left in TJ. I think it is safe to say, for the first time in program history, the Caravan take down the Mustangs.
Yeah, I love to see. There's still 4 seconds left. Don't jump the gun there, buddy.
Maybe if it was basketball, but, you know, you got 60 yards to go. And it's not even your ball, and it's not even their ball either.
We're not even talking about that big hit on the sideline from, I think it was David.
Yeah, I didn't even see that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it was a nice little cross check that he got. Look at the boys go celebrate.
Yeah.
Love to see the goalie get love after the game.
Cozy's just right in there with St. Rita. I wonder if he's saying anything.
Oh, I can only assume that he is. You know,
Oh, yeah, gotta be.
The type of guy Cozy is.
He's got to be. And we're going to take you back up here to the press box. There we go. For the first time in program history, the Caravan take down the Mustangs. And TJ, that was a great game, if we're being honest.
Oh, it was. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better game to start my broadcasting career with.
You know, I hope to see you back up here soon, showing some love on the sideline, all the coaches. And I can only assume some words are going to be exchanged in this handshake line.
You know, it wasn't a very chippy game at
No,
least.
not really. Not as much as I would have liked to see.
Oh, I mean, you know, it's good to see that they're just, like, trying to play a hard game, trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys hate each other. They're just here to compete. But
For sure.
At the end of the day, a lot of them are friends.
8-6 final score, the Caravan over St. Rita. And that's gonna keep Mount Carmel going on this undefeated streak against St. Rita this year.
Yeah, I mean, St. Rita really is our little brother.
Yeah.
I think you said that earlier.
Yeah,
But,
you made me change it.
they are our little brothers.
Yeah. Fans, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. Good night, Chicago.
Stay classy.